Hi, I'm Santiago Rafael, and this is the second day of Know Yourself series. And today, as I said yesterday, we are working on the fear equation. This fear equation, the original I got was in my coaching training, and this brought me so much insight and a shift of the attitude towards problems, towards adversity itself. And I hope this brings this for you too. In fact, today I was so proud of remembering many of the problems I have dealt with and how they developed myself, how I got more strength of my character, and now I feel more secure towards life. I feel confident towards whatever problem comes. So that's why this is one of the main reasons why I'm sharing it. It's a core empowering resource, and here I'll share first how I learned it before. In the coaching I got like the simple equation that was fears equals the challenge that we have in front divided by the resources that we have. So after years of thinking about it, I realized, yes, that made a lot of sense. It's like knowing what is the challenge that we are facing and what are the resources. While more resources we have, we will have less fear. And as the challenge is reduced, we will have less fear too. So then I thought, well, there are some components, some factors missing, and that's why I elaborated more. And first I kept the thing of the resources that we have, and another word came because already challenge implies that you are perceiving it as a challenge. So first it becomes as an adversity. So adversity, we feel that something is threatening us. So we feel the threat of something, and what amplifies, the factor that amplifies fear is the unknown. I highly recommend for you to take notes of this equation so you see it in your notepad and it's more clear. Maybe the video is small to see it, but put it in your notepad, wherever you have to take notes. It will help to have it more clear, and also helps in the learning to learn. So the fear is the adversity multiplied by the not knowing, the known of that adversity, divided by the resources that we have, multiplied by the character, by our character. So I will dissect these two again. And the adversity, as we talked, is the thing that I feel threatened by. Something that is threatening my position, my life, anything that is I really perceive as a threat. The unknown makes it more dangerous because I don't know anything about it, and that multiplies the fear. So whenever we work on knowing more about this adversity, we will have less fear. So we reduce the unknown. That's why we look information. We are working on the curiosities. We are going to go in the homework here working on the reducing the unknown. And we divide by the resources that we have. So this itself, having this cognitive tool of the fear equation, is a resource itself. So that's what I realized that reduced my fear in whatever condition I went into life. So having resources can be internal, can be really material resources, or situations that we put, positions that we put ourselves. That's what we have, as we perceive as having, and character is what we are, is what we know we are. So while we're working in knowing ourselves, we are building character, resources, and reducing the unknown. Make sense? So that's why I thought this was very useful, to diminish this emotion that when we don't have it in our favor, we don't know it, we have less we can be fearful of fear. If we know few about fear, we are going to be fearful of fear. So that's one of the deactivations of that. So I will emphasize here on character, because it's not just what I believe I am. It's like you know you are, and you behave as you know you are. So when we are working in knowing ourselves and embodying our best selves, this will be amplified and the fear will be reduced. As well as the resources. Whenever we gather resources that we have available, this reduces fear. So, to wrap up the first showing of this equation, whenever we have the attitude towards adversity, that makes it a challenge. So, fear equals the challenge that we are facing, dividing our capacity. And also, this capacity is not the things I have, also who I am. It's not what I have, it's also who I am. How do I use those things that I have? Because we can have many things, but not having the will of using them. So that is potential, and potential is unknown, and that's we don't take it as it's real. So it's having the resources and the willingness to use them. That's the capacity. So we can call that embodied real capacity. So this way we are going to reduce fear and also have a better attitude towards life. For this day, I will propose to work on this in this equation, and this will connect with the work that we are doing since yesterday, the finding our passions through the interconnectivity of our curiosities. So we're going to think about problems of the world, problems that I feel that are ruining the world, that are really complicated to solve, that are the root, the core problem that we are having in certain area of society or of the life of people or the planet. So the homework for today is thinking of 10 problems of society, the world, and people, and we are going to just leave them there. Like, what's the challenge? Just reflecting on why this problem is a problem and what challenge we have to make it to start creating a solution. So first focusing the problem, and then we're going to work on the attitude towards that problem. I know that yesterday's activity of the interconnectivity of curiosities is not to do in just one day. So I wanted to check how you are on that. You can let me know as well on where you are in the interconnectivity of curiosities. This morning I realized that working on this process of self-knowledge and looking to the passion and purpose and the massive transformative purpose that comes out of this, suddenly I got it. This started working in my subconscious, and I got a realization, and I felt so moved that I cried. I was in the morning doing exercise, and I started crying because of feeling moved, in awe, so inspired, like a revelation of this big transformative purpose. So know that this is going to be working subconsciously, since we are putting our mind to work into finding these interconnectivities of curiosities and what triggers and ignites this purpose. Well, just wanted to also wish you that to happen to you. And just a nuance that I improved the interconnectivity here. This is the graph of the interconnectivities of curiosities. Well, once we have done this, I recap the list of 25 curiosities, the coloring them, the putting them into the circle and making the connections, and then acknowledging the groups of the connections. Remember that they can have not all the same color, like even the same color can be different groups. I have different groups for each color that I felt that resonated more. And from those groups, then I started highlighting words, like filtering, like more processed specification of it. So what we are going to do, the ones who want to move ahead a little bit more, is having the list of the problems and what passions do we have, and then we are going to just observe them on the side. The problems that you would like to address, the attitude we were working later, and what passions do we have to solve them. So this is for today. I hope this is useful, and looking forward to see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today.